Peace. You know who it is. So, as soon as it is humanly possible, what I'd like to do is I'd like to put together the next training for my people. Again, so the solar course demonstrated the elements necessary to build a photovoltaic solution, whether that be small enough to charge a cell phone or large enough to power a country. And it went through meticulously the components and the things needed in order to be able to safely and efficiently deploy an alternative power solution. The next one that I want to do will tie in all power, right? All power sources. The reason being, unless you are in a place that has unbelievable sunlight, the solar solution will not be standalone. You're not going to generate enough power from the sun. Depending on where you are and kind of where your property is oriented, the sun's not going to be able to supply everything that you need. You're going to need augmented systems. You need to have additional methods by which to generate power in the absence of the sun. Even when you have grid power, we still have generators, right? So you need to have alternative methods of power generation. So the solar was step one. Step two in regards to power augmentation and kind of living off the grid is going to be your wind turbine. Okay. Step two is wind turbines. Okay. And these are safe, quiet, efficient means of generating power. It also works very similar to the way that solar power works. In the solar build, you remember we went black and red. Well, the truth is, while these appear different, they're no different. It's ground and hot, right? It's ground and power. That's all it is. Okay? The components associated with a wind turbine build or an augmented power system remain the same. As we went through the solar disk, you saw the elements that you needed. You needed to go from your source, which was the panel, and that would go into the charge controller. Charge controller would connect to the battery, right? And dump load, right? The battery would connect to the power inverter, and that is how you gave power to your systems. Well, in this case, it's no different. In this case, you go from your source, right, your wind turbine, to your charge controller. This is a plate that comes off and you run your cables through this. To your charge controller, and from charge controller to battery, the setup and the system remains the same. Okay. In this case, this charge controller will allow us to accommodate both the solar, the wind, and a hydro solution. So this is a versatile charge controller. It's very good, and this is the kind of thing that I suggest you get so that you can, in fact, develop any power solution and put it in play and safely and cleanly provide yourself power. This is where we're going. As we move through different initiatives and do different things, it will become clear how everything that I do ties together. We're going to build factories in Haiti and Jamaica and Africa. We're going to see you all over the earth. And when we come there, we will not be dependent upon any grid or infrastructure. We will build our own solutions. We will power our own factories. We will own our own equipment. And we will deploy solutions across this planet Earth and lift the diaspora from its current condition. This is the goal. And the next installment will tie it all together. I'm going to go ahead and get that built for you so that you can follow along and, again, build whatever power solution you need for your family. Okay? So look for it. It's coming out, and I'm working on it. Peace.